I said don't do this. Do this when cleaning the adapters that we use to grow all these microgreens. We're going to talk about that and a few other helpful tips so that you can grow your own nutritious, flavorful microgreens over and over again. The adapters make it as easy as possible, and because of the buy one get one free sale, we're closing in on 10,000 sales. When we cross that mark, we're going to have a big giveaway, so keep an eye out for that. So that way you can have loads of microgreens on hand whenever you want. With these adapters, you can grow in just about any container. They're easy to put together. In under 20 minutes, you can have 6 of them this size ready to go. Now I've got plenty of videos on how to put these together. Just check out my channel and scroll down. There's a playlist that says self-watering microgreen growers. There's lots of tutorials in there. And then you'll be growing your own microgreens too. So we're going to talk about washing your adapter, an awesome new bottle that fits our Gatorade adapter, and an important tip about harvesting. And even though the BOGO sales got us working overtime, we're excited about how many people are actually out there growing their own food. So first off, let's look at this Gatorade bottle. We put this together last week. You can see the microgreens growing in it. And this adapter fits juice bottles, like this small one, and Gatorade Powerade bottles, and all kinds of other ones like this. So if you drink anything like this, just look at the lid. If it's about this size, it'll probably fit. I like this bottle. It's 64 ounces, holds a lot. But I realize not a lot of people drink acai. But I know a lot of people drink this. Ocean Spray. This one's cranberry. And a bunch of other juices come in this type of bottle. I'm sure you recognize it sitting in the grocery store. These also hold 64 ounces. Most people probably have this sitting in the recycling bin right now. This adapter goes on and off really easy. I'm going to do with one hand here. We kind of beefed this one up. Gave it some thick walls. Made it extra sturdy because it's holding a lot more water. It goes back on easy, one-handed. Now you've got something that'll take you through the entire growth cycle of most microgreens, even the ones that take longer to germinate. Now if you're using fast-growing microgreens like pak choi, red cabbage, you probably go with a smaller bottle. Plus this one's a refillable one. So if you do run out of nutrients, you can always add some more. Now here's the sad truth about growing microgreens at home. Sometimes it looks like this. I know for videos we love to see a bunch of microgreens growing everywhere. But in reality, we're harvesting and eating some. Letting some grow. Planting out new ones. And when we harvest the microgreens, we clean those out. Like these buckets, there's one for cleaning and one for draining. It's got holes in the bottom. So if you see me growing a lot, people ask, what do you do with it all? We don't harvest everything at one time. And some of them we take out and put into bigger containers. Then you can have baby greens and mature plants. Now a helpful tip is a day or two before I harvest, I add as little water as possible. You want to keep the top dry so you don't get any mildew growing. This also prevents damping off. You can see up here there's adequate airflow. The top gravel's dry. That's what you want. If this is soaking wet up on the top, you're going to have problems. Now people are always asking, when you harvest, do these regrow? For most microgreens, the answer is no. But you see the tiny leaves in here that we missed? You can always add a little bit more water and let these go a few more days, and those tiny ones will grow up. Then you can come back and harvest those. You won't get as many, but you'll get a few more. Another important tip when you harvest, you don't want to cut down low. You don't want to be near the gravel. So you don't want to get any of this in there. One of our viewers said that they chipped a tooth on one that they bought from somewhere one time. So that's why I like letting my microgreens grow out like this. Then you have room to harvest. You can cut it up top, get all these wonderful microgreens, and stay away from the substrate. These are still kind of small, so you can get in here and kind of cut some of the top off. But me, I'd let these grow a little taller. Then you can cut the top, stay away from the substrate. Something like this. Gravel's down here. You can cut up above here, get all those wonderful microgreens, and never be anywhere close to the substrate. So be patient. Let your microgreens grow out. These are only a little over a week. That's not a lot of time to wait. Now, this bowl of red cabbage over here, I let go for over a month. I'm not saying you should do that, but we're going to clean the adapter. And I wanted to make sure it got really, really dirty. So we let this one go, and I just kept adding water to it and let it sit out in the heat and the sun. Bottle's a little dirty. We'll get that cleaned up. And here's the adapter. Nice and grungy. This was in here over a month. You would never do that. You're going to harvest yours when they're like this. You can see the bottle and the adapter are relatively clean. That's what you want. Some of you have seen this in your boxes. I started putting this little brush in there. And I don't want you going over and trying to clean your whole adapter with this brush. That'd be crazy. But I figure everyone's got an old toothbrush laying around somewhere. That's what I clean mine with. Just a little dish soap. Take it, scrub around. You can use an old rag if you need to. But really, this gets off about everything. Now your little brush, I made this for these little openings. See how dirty that is? And get right in there and clean it up, because your toothbrush won't fit in there. These are little brushes to clean out hummingbird feeders. You could also use pipe cleaners. So you can use this to get into the little nooks and crannies that your toothbrush can't reach. And really, it's not that hard at all. So this is how you want to clean them. Never boil them. It's bioplastic. It'll just melt, just like your Tupperware. And that's it. You can see a little discoloration because I let this one sit in there so long. If that bothers you, you can soak it overnight in some water with about a capful of bleach, like I did this one. But normally, you wouldn't let them sit in there that long. And after several uses, it might get a little discolored, so you can go ahead and bleach it if you like. So those were just some helpful tips that will help you grow loads of microgreens over and over again. The adapters make it easy. Set it and forget it. And don't forget to look around for the playlist, which will show you how to put them all together. Check out my Etsy shop for the buy one get one free sale. And share this with a friend who's been wanting to grow their own food but has had problems with a traditional garden. We want everyone growing their own food. Live to inspire, keep on growing, be the change. We'll catch you next time.